Matron, take them away.
And a warm welcome to one and all. If it's your first time here, the big fella Scruff, trying to put trading in the real world. And what I also try to do is answer some queries as we go. Also, talking of queries, check out the live stream I do on a Sunday night, Ask Scruff, where I'll come on the camera live and I'll just answer your questions. Simple as that. But today's question's about extensions of Fibonacci and why I used it yesterday in non-farm payroll. Let me just flick the screens over and I'll kind of show you. Now it comes from the Discord, and they're a great bunch in here. We have a right old merry time of things, sort of chat music, we just talk about whatever, but we do get into the charts as well. Now yesterday I did incredibly well with non-farm payroll, did about 800 quid. And non-farm is quite a dangerous trade to take if you don't know what you're doing. But if you do know what you're doing, it can be incredibly profitable. So there's the little quip there. Didn't quite understand how I plotted the expansion over 5 minutes. Well, Sergio, I'm assuming your name's Sergio because it's like all the squibbles. We all have strange nicknames in the Discord as well, by the way, guys. Let me just kind of explain it and put it into some form of narrative for you. Now, normally, if you see a move like this, and it is just a standard day, this is a power shift candle, okay, overextended. And what it creates is, some people call it an imbalance. It's not. It's just there's a flurry of activity there and the market moves rapidly. And what happens is it obviously creates a big candle. Oh, talking of things that's big. How are you, my love?
I'm fine.
Okay. We're still big balloons. Good girl. Sort you out later. Right. What this does, okay, that creates a massive activity. By the way, everything I ever do is not scripted and it is live, always in the moment. When you see me trading, it's in the moment. I don't believe in retrospective charts or anything like that. It is on its go. So when you see us bickering on and one thing or another, that's just the way we are. Sorry. Right. Get back to this. In a normal day, you would take your fib from that section down to this section because it's just standard buying and selling. There'll be a little bit of a flush out, creating this, running to a level, all this sort of thing. But on a news day, it's slightly different. It's because the acceleration comes from a fundamental news announcement, which is out of the blue. It's like, boom, we know what's coming, but bang, off it comes. So where you draw your fib is on the news announcement itself, which is this candle here. Okay, I'm not sure whether you can see it, but it should show this the time at the bottom as 1:30. So that was non-farm payroll. If you get your extension tool and you take it from the top to the bottom and back again, mine's slightly different because I use retracements for the 2361 that you would normally see. I use an extension as a measuring tool, but the 127 and the 161 are the true Fibonacci numbers. So it's like my extension, if you like. Okay. So what are we seeing at this point? They made no attempt to come to the 50%. Well, if it didn't make any attempt to come to the 50%, that meant the pressure is going to be down. Now, the marketplace on cable on Friday was a sell. Okay, it's heavily selling down. Let me show you. There you are. You could see it was in a sell. Then we came into non-farm and then it's carried on. Okay, so that was the first thing. So if it isn't touching the 50 and it's holding below, it's going to look to break this big candle. And this big candle can be used as a measurement to target effectively. So as soon as it breaks the 100, you can target into the 127. Well, look where the cluster is. It's right on that 127. And when the market returned to try and fill up the gap that it created on Friday afternoon, it's stalled dead on that 127. But likewise, if we are looking to see this 161, if I just draw a little line on there, just so we can highlight this, just like so, and I draw another one on the 127, which is the area of traction, and then another one there, and then get rid of this. There we go. Clustered right through to the pip. Came down, found the 161. Yes, it pushed through, but where did it stall? Bang on a key level that I'd already keyed in prior. These are my main levels. My main levels are black, yellow, and red. Stalled, stalled, stalled to the pip. When it came back, probing, stopped dead on that 161, and then came down into the key level again. Now, if it's breaking this level and it's going to continue to the downside, my next point of call will be here, running down into this level. But we'll see that as the week comes through. So what you've essentially done, you are mapping the chart based on a significant piece of data. And that significant piece of data is the power shift. And the power shift is where there's an acceleration of either buying or selling. In this case, it was selling. So there's the power shift, creates this massive candle. You can create a fib from it, draw your extension on it, and it'll give you logical points of attraction, which, as you can see, are respected. So I hope that kind of helps you. If you're stuck, I'm very easy found. All my contact details are in the description below. That is in details of that Discord group that I've just shown you, which is part of the Scruffy Squad. If you just want to have a basic chat, there is a free Telegram down in there, and then various links to books and bits and pieces that can help you. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.